just looked so beautiful, looked so happy. I married the woman I loved the most in the world. Coming home to her, I love coming home. It was, oh, work's finished, I can get home to Joe.
Finding the woman she married took Jane the best part of a lifetime. But death claimed Julie in just 4 days after she went into hospital for a simple operation.
Got a phone call, worst phone call of my life. Could I get to the hospital? Julie didn't have long left. I could sit on the bed with her, I could hold her in my arms. And they removed the mask, the nurses. And within a couple of minutes she died in my arms. And that's what a COVID death is like.
Neither Julie's children, sister or mother could say goodbye. And instead of a packed funeral in the church where they tied the knot, grief unravelled them all alone.
COVID puts a distance between the people that's left behind. There's a distance, a barrier where you can't touch, you can't see, you can't hug, you can't grieve.
Jeff's grandchildren and daughters packed his life with love, but he spent his last days frightened and alone.
They said they'd tried to keep him conscious so that he could hear me.
His wife got a few precious moments to say goodbye and tell her daughters before being forced into isolation.
I just came out and said, "Told him your dad's just died." And I couldn't touch her. She couldn't touch me, I couldn't touch her. She sobbed. Then she had to drive me home without touching me. And she drove off and I literally stood by the window. I just remember with my hands against the window thinking, how am I going to do this? I've got to do this for 2 weeks without anybody.
It's that darkness the report's authors heard of again and again, without the usual small rituals we rely on.
People report almost feeling a sense of unreality, like, they haven't been able to integrate the loss in their life in the same way because life has been sort of on hold.
Recently, Jane found an old voicemail message from Julie.
I love you.
3 small words to hold on to at a time when grief feels endless. Rachel Younger, News at 10.